Hey, it's Mark with another Super Bowler Smash Attack video, and today we have a ring base, pretty commonly found in Legends League, and one that I'd like to actually attack with the Super Bowler Smash army. So first of all, we need to figure out where to put the Flame Flinger, and usually for this base, I will, especially when I see the eagle on the bottom and the clan castle on top inside the core, I will attack that from the 730 side, the bottom right-hand edge. So I've attacked this type of a base enough. That's normally what I'm going to end up doing. But let's kind of take a look and see what the options are here, because, sometimes these ring bases are, they do vary a little bit, even though they're quite similar. So for the Flame Flinger, all the corners are looking pretty much the same, is from 3 o'clock and from 9 o'clock. Both of those sides are the same as far as the entry, because there aren't any mortars and there's nothing else that's kind of different about those sides. I mean, there's not very many defenses really to get through in order to make the funnel on either side. If we look at 9 o'clock and if we look at 3 o'clock, it's the same difference. It's just symmetric. So those would both be good places to come in with Flame Flinger. Up at 12 o'clock, it has the mortars up there. And the same thing with 6 o'clock. There's a couple of mortars. They're a little bit deeper in. They're a little bit harder to kind of tank with. Yetis is what I normally will try to do. So they're a little bit tougher to deal with. And so I probably won't want to come into one of those two corners with the Flame Flinger and instead do the Warden on one of those. So say Flame Flinger at 9 o'clock and then Warden at 6. That would be kind of the typical thing. So I will kind of look at that just because I've done that before. And at 6 o'clock, there is this monolith that these other corners don't have around the ring. The thing that I don't like, though, is that without actually taking the monolith down, it doesn't break that ring. And so that part I don't like. And it's one thing that did get me to consider going in with the Flame Flinger on that side because of these buildings in front of the monolith, because the fire spirits from the Flame Flinger, the residual damage from that could help to take down that monolith. But the problem is these buildings are not very high HP. I don't think that the Flame Flinger is going to be able to take the monolith down. I'd rather just go with a little bit safer entry for the Flame Flinger and then just give it a shot with the Warden at 6 o'clock. Now, the reason why I'm not going to try to do the Warden at 12, just because, besides the fact that I normally do like to attack from that 730 edge, there is the clan castle. It is in the center and it's probably not going to cause a problem. But usually when I go for these ring bases, and kind of in general, I try not to have that clan castle in the entry part of the attack. I like kind of getting the clan castle more after the smash is getting into the core type of a thing. And so that's kind of the reason why I'm avoiding 12 o'clock with the Warden. And then, so besides that with the entry, it's just going to be, carving out those two corners. I probably want to get down at least one of these buildings on the corner here to break the ring on this side. Better to have two of them down, actually. And then the same thing for this side, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get the monolith down. I mean, the monolith, it's kind of a dangerous side for the Warden, because the monolith could take down the Warden, or at least make the Warden lose his ability. And then you just kind of break into the center with a Super Wallbreak and do a jump, like maybe where that elixir storage is, to get into the core, and then do a jump to exit the core. And along the way, rage the entry, probably like around this elixir storage. Maybe there's not going to be a ton of damage initially, maybe from the monolith, and then from these ground expos. And all these expos are ground. Rage the troops before they get into the core, then rage them again just as they enter the core, before the town hall, and then rage as needed kind of in the core. It just kind of depends on what's happening with the bowlers and the healers. We'll get the attack started here. Yeti in at 9 o'clock with the Flame Flinger in behind as normal. And the Warden with healers behind at 6 o'clock. And so they'll kind of work on those two corners. I am being a little bit risky with that Flame Flinger at 6 o'clock because, the Yeti only kind of tested for traps partially over there. So if there was a Tesla, that could have hurt me there. I really probably should have put a Coco Loon down. But Yeah, it's not causing a problem for me, and I'm getting the Flame Flinger is definitely breaking the ring. And here's the Warden working on his side, taking out that air defense. And now it's kind of a matter of for the Warden, if here he goes, there's the monolith. Now it's targeting the Warden, and yeah, I gotta freeze, and then I put down a skeleton spell so that I can distract the monolith from going after the Warden. But if there's a break in those skeleton spells, a monolith could retarget the Warden again. So I'm looking to get the main army in, and but in the meantime, the Warden is getting a little bit of damage on the monolith. I got to pull him out there. I froze again, so I don't lose the Warden ability. Here I'm going to pull over the army. I got the jump down. The Smash army is coming in, and rage them up to kind of get them speeding up. Hopefully they can get that monolith down. A monolith goes down, and then they're able to get into the core. And as soon as they enter the core, put another rage down. The CC troops are out. The Lava Hound is kind of wandering around, and soon the World Champion comes in from the bottom. Yep, normally after the troops get into the center, I put a poison down for those lava pups. You couldn't really see it, and yeah, there goes the Royal Champion around the ring, and now the one bowler just kind of exited the core. There's no more bowlers in the core, but the Queen has got the healers on her now. And of course, she can do a ton of damage. There goes the Royal Champion with her ability, and there is still the Queen ability, and the Diggy froze that single Inferno, which was key there. And now there's not any big defenses left, and it's just clean up now, and no problem at all. For a 3-star, another 3-star for a Super Bowler smash attack on a ring base.